My name's Jana, I'm a new roller skater, and in my last video I unboxed 2 pairs of roller skates that I'd ordered. I shared my initial thoughts and what I'd researched about these skates. Today's video is a follow-up video. I have skated for roughly 2 weeks now. I'd like to share with you my experiences so far with both of these roller skates. Let's start with a word on sizing. I'm a German women's shoe size 39, which is a women's 8 in the US. So I ordered the Moxis in a 7, and I ordered the Luna skates in a German size 39. When the Moxis arrived, it turned out that the 7 was way too large, so straight away I noticed the boot is laced up and I can still raise my heel quite a lot, etc. So I had to send them back and reordered in a size 6, keeping my fingers crossed that I would be able to still cram my foot into them somehow. Because I was waiting on the Moxis, I started skating in the Luna skates and felt that they fit fine. I still had some room in the front. I could lift my heel a tiny bit. But then I think on the 4th or 5th skate session, I was having a particularly off day because I just slammed straight onto my tailbone trying to go backwards. My boyfriend asked if he can have a go. He's a shoe size 41, and to my surprise, he fit into them fine. He upstaged me so badly. Literally wearing roller skates for the first time. He suddenly started going backwards, doing hops and spinning. It looked hilarious because he was half falling and half sort of gliding. The thing was, they fit him, so that's when I started to suspect that maybe these are actually a little too large for me after all. I ended up getting a gel insole from Scholl. It's not a good idea to wear thicker socks because then the boot is going to mold around your sock. The Moxis arrived eventually, and when I first put my foot in them, I thought, no way, this is not going to work. I have to send them back. My toes were touching the front of the boot, but I went skating the next day in them anyway, and I didn't even notice the tightness. They fit perfectly. That's one thing I want to share with you as a beginner skater. Make the fit as tight as you can, even if your toes touch the front of the boot, as long as they're not completely crammed in there and curling underneath and you can't even flatten them out, then you're fine, and it's probably a better fit than if they were larger. I kept thinking of roller skates as shoes, but they're not. They're a sporting equipment, much like bouldering shoes, for example, or of course ice skates. They need to really mold to your foot as much as possible. A word about comfort, starting with the Moxi Beach Bunny. It's a super comfortable boot. It's very stiff on the outside, but the inside is just so smooth. There's nothing that sticks into your foot. The transition from the tongue to the rest of the boot is really smooth. You don't even notice anything, no seams, nothing. I really like this boot. It did press into the side of my foot a little bit, but it kind of changed from day to day. As I said in the last video, the tongue is this gummy, spongy material, and it's antimicrobial, which is great for summer. It's going to get very hot and sweaty, and such sturdy, thick boots. You want a material that can handle that. Also with the ankle, I had no issue whatsoever regarding chafing or cutting into the skin. It's completely comfortable. The Luna skate started off less comfortable, for sure. The edge of the tongue you can feel against your foot, and also especially this area was a problem area for me for a little while. Maybe because the laces are quite fat and round. This is where it really pressed into the top of my foot for a while. The thing is, the boot took a while to break in for me because I simply wasn't going that far or that fast in the first week and a half. That's why my foot wasn't generating that much heat. Now I've started to go a bit faster and for longer distances, and I could really feel, you can see it here now as well, the tongue is kind of changing shape a little bit and molding to the shape of my foot more. now some of the pressure points have also been alleviated. Regarding the ankle area, also absolutely no issues there, no cutting, nothing. It's actually even softer probably than the Moxi Beach Bunny. Just in summary, this was super comfortable and smooth on the interior of the boot from the get-go. This took a while to break in and has more bits that can stick into your foot, but if you bear with it for a while, then it'll break in. Basically sweat into your boot and you'll be good. A quick word about laces. On the Moxi Beach Bunny, they're flat laces, and you really need a lot of strength to tighten this stiff boot. You really need to pull, and I feel like it can shred easier than the laces of the Luna Shadow, which are round and really sturdy and durable. Laces are very easy to exchange, so it's not all that important. I don't have anything to say about toe stops. I think they're both very sturdy and do their job. I haven't used them all that much because all I've done is tried a T-stop with them, and you can see a little bit of wear on both of these boots. Arguably the most important part of roller skate are the wheels. Here I didn't notice all that much of a difference at first, but I have recently when I started going faster. So just to recap, the wheels of the Moxi Beach Bunny are a 78A hardness, so they're very soft, and these are 80A, so just a tiny bit harder. And you can see with the Luna that the wheels are a little more rounded at the edges than the Moxi wheels. This is how the Luna rolls, and then this is the Moxi. They both roll really well. I wasn't going fast until recently, and what to me feels like going fast is probably still snail's pace or tortoise pace for others, but when I did start going fast, I really noticed that I preferred the Luna wheels. When I stride, they carry me further. Maybe it has to do with the Luna having better bearings. They're ABEC 9 standard bearings, which is the highest standard that you can get. And the Moxi bearings are ABEC 5 standard. And they also don't have hubs, which I mentioned in the last video. Some people had problem with squeaking wheels because of that. I didn't have that at all. So I did notice a subtle difference as I've been progressing and, you know, going a bit faster. So to my own surprise, actually, after really favoring these, I actually in the last few days have found myself liking these and wearing these more. In her review of the Moxi Beach Bunny, Indy Jammer Jones said that the wheelbase, so the distance between the front and back wheels, is unusually long, which is great for beginners because it makes it less likely that they do the slip back motion when they fall backwards and throw their arms up in the air, which I've done several times. What I'd like to say about that is that I haven't noticed a difference. It doesn't feel like, oh my god, I'm so secure on these and I feel way less likely to slip back. No, these feel just as good, or rather just as awkward to try new stuff on as these two. These are more expensive in Germany and Europe. I paid 199 euros for the Moxi Beach Bunnies, and for the Luna skates I paid 179 euros. My overall verdict, if you want to invest in a new pair of skates and you're living in Germany or Europe, then I would say definitely go for the Luna Shadows, or rather the Luna skates. They have other models too, just because you get more for your money. A suede leather boot, which is good, it hides scuffs better than does vinyl. You get a boot that eventually becomes quite comfortable. You get sturdy laces, you get a toe stop that's great quality, and most importantly, really good bearings and wheels. So if you don't want to upgrade anytime soon, you know, to a new set of wheels and you just want the most for your money, then I would say definitely go for the Lunas. If, however, you are happy to upgrade with a new set of wheels, or, you know, if you just favor this aesthetic, then, you know, go for the Moxis. Both of these boots are great. So you can't go wrong with either pair. I hope that this comparison has been helpful to you. Please comment if you have any further questions. Once again, I can only share my experience as a beginner, but nonetheless, if you enjoyed watching, please like this video or subscribe. Until next time.